Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. And then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ding your bell, and make sure your settings are changed to all. That way YouTube should notify you each and every time I upload a video. But if you would like to support myself and this channel just a little bit more, you can always go across to buymeacoffee.com/beyondauthentic, where you can in fact buy me a coffee. Thanks so much for those of you choosing to support me.
YouTube tarot reader Lisa Lee has been found using bad language during her twice-weekly live streams. In a shocking turn of events, it has also been discovered that she will not tell you what you want to hear, only what you need to know. The internet is in collective shock that authenticity is alive and well in this corner of the YouTube meta space. Do not watch if you are easily offended.
Hi, I'm Lisa, a practicing liminal witch and tarot reader with over 28 years experience in helping people find guidance through the cards. On this channel I talk about all sorts of witchy, spooky and mystical things that interest me and I hope will interest you too. Welcome to Beyond Authentic Witchcraft. Good evening everybody, good evening. Welcome to Friday evening here at Beyond Authentic Witchcraft. My name is Lisa. I'll be doing your tarot readings tonight, so if you would like a reading, all you need to do is put your question into the live chat in a little bit. Not quite yet, we're not quite ready yet, but very soon. Okay, before we do, I've got a few things I need to do. I need to just welcome everybody who is here for the live stream, this Friday night live stream. Good evening to Nanette and Jack's Witching Hours. Good evening, Nanette. I hope you are well, my darling. Let me know about this reading that you want doing. Obviously, I don't know what happened last week, but hopefully you're all okay, my darling. So let me know when you want me to do this video link privately and we'll sort that out. Good evening, Flower Beauty. Nope, there you go. That's what I was trying to do. Good evening to Shane. Good evening to Patricia, one of our moderators here. Patricia's largely responsible with my other mods for keeping this channel warm and friendly. So yeah, if you see any of the mods, they're the ones on YouTube with the little blue spanner next to their name. If they ask you anything at all, if they ask you to confirm anything, or if they ask anything in the chat, please just answer them, because they are basically my eyes and ears when I'm doing readings, because I don't have the chat open. So yeah, the mods are the ones that allow me to do this. So without the mods, there would be no channel. So thank you very much for jumping on, Patricia, on this extra live stream, because I missed Tuesday because I was in that there London on Tuesday. Good evening to Lily. Such a beautiful name. Good evening, Lily. Patricia says she's good. Still no toy boys, and she cannot run fast enough to catch them. I know, right? That was always my problem. Luckily, Rufus doesn't run very fast, so that wasn't too much of an issue. And he managed to catch me. So, you know. Hi, Wolf Boyo. It's been a stressful day today. I hope you're okay, my darling. Neil's here. Neil's one of our Neil's my brother from another mother, one of our other moderators. And I was trying to say all of that in the same sentence, and it came out as Neil's our mother. Yeah, that. So, the power is awesome. What power? Power the power! Power the power! I have the power. Don't know what she means. We can do something tomorrow. My schedule is very weird at the moment. So what I will do, Nanette, is drop me a message or just let me know what time you want in the chat now, and I'll sort it out. I'll clear my end. So yes, how is everybody doing? I hope you're all doing well. So how does oh, thank you, Patricia. Oh, SK's here. Good evening, SK. Patricia's here. Pretty Girl's here. That's such a nice name. Hi to everybody. Thank you. So for those that don't know, my other half had some surgery on Monday. He's healing up remarkably well. I'm having to tell him, oi, sit down, rest. So yeah, that's a thing. But we're back down to London on Monday, so he can change his dressing. I know, right? 4-hour round trip. Well, from here to the hospital is like 4.5 hours. To have half an hour in the hospital to travel 4.5 hours back. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So yeah, right then. So the Halloween items at series that continues. It was supposed to be up this week, is actually going live tomorrow. Our memberships are up here, by the way. Our members up here have access to that right now. That's gone up to the members earlier on today. So it's Halloween decor items at One Below, one of the cheap stores here in the UK. So if you want to see that, if you're a member, it's live now. And if you're not a member, then it will be up tomorrow on the channel. Because the surgeon wants to see that everything's in place and healing well and all of that. So yeah, there's a whole lot of reasons behind it. But yeah, so and the reason I'm going is because Rufus doesn't want to see the results when they're looking all manky and horrible and haven't been cleaned up. So he'll throw up basically. Basically, my other half, right? He's a big tough bloke. He works in a warehouse. He does lots of things, right? But needles and injuries, when the skin goes a funny color like greens and blues and bruises and that, he'll do the emoji. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's why I'm going, is to do that, to make sure that he doesn't faint or that. But anyway, yeah, that's not a problem at all, Nanette. We'll arrange that. Send me a message on Instagram, I guess, with your the letters you type in to send an email. Your email address. Yes, that'll do. Send me your email address on Insta and we'll sort that out for tomorrow. So if I sound a little bit dodgy, it's because the new microphone I bought is officially dead. So it's dead. It's absolutely deceased. But I do have a Blue Yeti turning up tomorrow. So hopefully that will fix all the sound issues. So fingers crossed. Anyway, you don't care about any of that. All you want is some tarot readings, right? So let's crack on with some tarot readings. Now, also, I will say before I start, there are some videos coming up next week, hopefully, that I have filmed, or rather that I am going to be filming today and tomorrow, going through some new decks I've got. Rufus bought me. In fact, do you want a sneak peek, everybody? Rufus bought me this, the Trick or Treat Tarot deck, because I said, oh, look at that. I really like the look of that deck. I think it's brand new out this literally it's new out, I believe. So yeah, I'm going to be, you can see, look, it's still sealed and everything. So I'm going to be unboxing and doing a flip through, looking at the deck and explaining the deck, because they've been really clever. I don't know whether you can see, but the people who made this isn't a ghost. This is a child in a ghost outfit. So they've been really clever. there are pictures in here that look a bit like Freddy Krueger or the Addams Family or the Munsters or whatever it is, a bit like well-known IPs, what's it called, intellectual properties, but because they're children and adults in costumes, that's how they get around it. So it doesn't look like Gomez Addams and Morticia from a particular film or series, but it's two adults dressed up like them enough for you to get the gist that they are two. It's really clever, really, really clever. And so, yeah, I'm really excited. So I'm going to be reviewing that. And also, I also did pick myself up the Chibi Tarot. So if you don't know what chibi is, it's basically a Japanese word, a bit like kawaii. It's these small cute. So I think it literally translates as little ones or small cute ones. So this whole tarot, look at this gorgeous little deck. That's the full. Look at this. It's so gorgeous. So yeah, I'll be reviewing that as well as the Macabre Tarot and the Hocus Pocus Tarot. So I'll be going through all of those for Halloween season. But anyway, enough about all of that. Tonight we're going to be using the same amazing deck, the Fifth Spirit Tarot deck. It's such an amazing deck, really inclusive, super modern deck, really, really, really honest deck, like a super honest deck. And if you don't know what I mean by how some decks are honest, some decks will tell you very, very bluntly what they're trying to say, and some decks will be a little bit coy, and it's almost like each deck has a different way of talking, a different way of understanding. This deck is very blunt and to the point, so if you can handle that, then we're going to do some readings. So how do you get a reading on this channel? All you need to do, I'm opening a round right now, so all you need to do when I say a round is open, you'll find two things happen. One, the ticker tape across the bottom of the screen goes on. It says to request a reading. And all you need to do then is put your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, and I will grab one of those at random. The other thing that happens is that the moderators then go on standby for lots of people just to ask the question in the chat without the word question and to ask all sorts of silly things. But that is how it's done, okay? Now, if you want to guarantee that your reading is next, you can go up to buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic. And when you see that come up, click on the link that says QJump on a live stream, and that will get your reading up next. If two people do it, then you'll be like 1 and 2 of the queue, depending on who did that first. Now, the reason we use that rather than the YouTube sort of chat, what's it called, super chat thing, is because at this moment in time, this channel isn't monetized. We haven't got enough watch time for the monetization on that. Once that happens, you'll be able to do it within YouTube's ecosystem. So then go ahead and pop your questions into the live chat if you would like to grab a chance at getting a free reading. Just in case you missed any of that, here's a handy dandy little video. Okay, what will your card say? Let's have a little look. My tarot cloth's a little bit bumpy and I can't work out why. Right then, so how we pick them is I literally stare at you and then I use my little jog wheel and I go up and down, hang on. Right, so it's from there down. So up and down, up and down, up and down, and then we click one and we've got, hang on, I haven't got my glasses, by the way, so I'm a bit blind. We've got, oh, I can't read it. Hang on. Right, I need to put it in the other thing, on the other thing. So it's, where is it gone? Where's it gone? There it is. Right, click it so it's blue, then I can read it. Right, question. What? Armando's Virgo thoughts, feelings, thoughts, and next actions towards Lauren, who's a Sagittarius. Right, okay. So I don't do star signs because I just don't, because it doesn't make any sense to me, but the Akashic records know the star signs, so the dragons know the star signs. Right, let me just slurp my coffee. I do apologize. Right then, everybody, let's crack on. So the way we do it on this channel is we've got the lovely card cam. So we bring card cam in and we swap the feed. There we go. Look, so there's card cam with all the witchy clutter on my table. That goes slightly further down. Oh, that's perfect placement. Thank you. And then we're inviting Wispy. No, there we go. Wispy. Where's Wispy? Come on, Wispy. Thank you. We're inviting Wispy in. Wispy is our elemental dragon. Just cleansing the space. If you're wondering where the big dinger is, it's in the bedroom because Rufus needs it. If I'm in the lounge and he's gone to lie down or something, then he needs the dinger. The big bell thing, you know what I mean. The dinger. It's a dinger. Right then, talking of which, by the way, if you haven't done already, why not dinging your bell so that YouTube lets you know every time I upload a video? You see, that was smooth, wasn't it? Wasn't that smooth? I'm almost like a professional YouTuber or something. I'm not at all, but stay in there, Spoon. Thank you very much. Right then, let's have a look. So Wispy, pretty girl, would like to know, what are Armando's feelings, thoughts, and next actions towards Lauren? So Armando is a Virgo and Lauren is a Sagittarius. My brain just went, no, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say it. I know it's Friday night. Oh, no, Lisa. No, don't say rude words. Don't say rude words. Definitely don't say saggy tits and ass. No, that's not it. It's Sagittarius, not saggy tits and ass. No. Oh, that ADHD energy is strong tonight. Right then, let's have a look, pretty girl. I'm sure you don't have saggy bits, but every time I hear Sagittarius, that's what it makes me think of. Right then, so we're going to do your 3-card reading. We've got where you are right now. So in other words, where, not physically, but where Armando is in terms of the relationship or his connection with you. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So Pentacles is work, career, finances, but it's also effort. And the Knight is a bit rebellious teenage energy. That's what I always call it. Now that rebellious teenage energy is sort of, how can I put it? It's the energy where, hang on, let me just put my dragon in place. There you go. It's the energy where they sort of rush in where angels fear to tread, but it's also the energy where they basically, there you go, can you see? Where they basically, like, they don't think about their actions. They don't think about what's going to happen afterwards. They just want to do the things they want to do. Does that make sense? So that's the energy of where he is right now. In terms of what you need to know, right, there's a new start happening. So the fact that these are both reversed, I'll come to, but there's a new start happening in Armando's life. Now, it may well be that there's a start with Lauren. If you're Lauren, there's a start with you. If not, it could be that there's something starting elsewhere. Now, again, both of these are pentacles. Now, traditionally, that would be read as money or work, career. But this deck also says that this is like a bulb that we're planting. So we're planting seeds, we're planting bulbs for the long-term future. So there's something here about that earth elemental energy as well, which is also seen as maybe growth. So just be aware of that. And then, oh, we've got another reverse card. Right, so the opportunity that's coming up is the Page of Cups reversed. Okay, so what this looks like is that, I don't know, hang on, let me just click off there. I don't know whether I'm just double checking you haven't put anything in the chat. No, right. So my gut instinct, my darling, is that you've either been in a relationship or close to a relationship in the past, and then it's gone tits up, it's gone badly, right? Because the Knight of Pentacles, when it's reversed, for me, this is where Armando is right now in terms of the relationship. Because it's reversed, I think he's checked out, either metaphorically or physically. I don't think there is a particularly strong relationship between Armando and Lauren right now, because this is reversed, and it feels like whatever Armando did, because I think Armando's done something, he's either ended things or he's cheated or he's made a mistake somehow. with this knight energy, because the knights, literally, they walk in where angels fear to tread, right? The knights are the ones who go gallivanting off on horseback to go and find the Holy Grail, even though it doesn't exist. Do you know what I mean? It's that vibe that comes from them. I think there's been some sort of issue made where he's kind of moved on, because again, we've got the Ace of Pentacles then coming up. Now, this is the earth elemental, so this is that strong, solid grounding. But what this is giving is pretty much like, I'm moving on without you. So either he's going off on his own direction, or he's going off on a direction maybe with somebody else. Because the opportunity card here, this Page of Cups, Pages is youthful, naive energy. And this being reversed is saying that this card coming up in this position is basically saying to you, look, this is the opportunity here is to learn a lesson in love, if that makes sense. And that somehow, whatever Armando's done, wherever he's taken his life, is to kind of almost accept the fact that or learn the lesson, I guess, learn the fact that sometimes when things happen, it can't be it can't be repaired, and sometimes when things end, they just end. So if he's ever made a move on you and you were hoping for a relationship, I think that's died down and he's gone somewhere else. If you were in a relationship, I think again it's probably run its course and he's looked somewhere else. He's his attention somewhere else. And this opportunity card, it feels like, as much as this is going to be talking about a bit of heartbreak right now, it's learning that lesson that sometimes things just aren't meant to be, my darling. And I think that's pretty much what the cards are saying. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of romance energy here. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of sort of even lusty energy here. It feels much more like this is either on a relationship that could have been a friendship that is just going to stay as a friendship and not go any further, or that it was something that's now petered out. So yeah, I hope that makes sense, my darling. Let me swap to the other camera and then I will grab the chat back up. Right, there we go. Right, let me have a look. What does that say? Pretty girl. This is a new guy. Hang on. This is a new guy. No label yet. We would have to restart. No cheating, just a disagreement. Right. I think whatever the disagreement was about, he invited you on a trip. Oh, Ed's here as well. Good evening, Ed. I didn't know we'd have so many mods on a Friday night, but thank you for being here. Pretty girl. The cards, there's no great romantic element here in the cards. Okay, so if he's invited you somewhere, or if he's invited you on a trip, that would either be purely platonic, or maybe he's got an interest, but maybe it isn't relationship, if you know what I mean. Maybe it's just a bit of, you know what I mean? Maybe there's just a sort of, there's a sexual connection there, but nothing sort of deeper. Now, the only thing I would say is the only card, all three cards being reversed would give me a slight pause. The only card, that opportunity card with the Page of Cups, that is saying that this is, it's very, very naive, young, innocent energy, right? And the fact that it's reversed, I don't know whether he sees you as being young and innocent or whether he's young and innocent, but that is something, when it's reversed, that can be taken advantage of. Okay, so just be aware of that, pretty girl. If you aren't somebody that's had either a lot of relationships or a serious relationship in the past, just be aware that sometimes that can get sort of sniffed out, if you like, by people that might not have your best interest at heart. There's definitely no hearts and flowers there, at least as far as the cards can see. But again, you do make all your own decisions about your own life. You really, really do. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, it will all come good in the end. Oh, thank you, Ed. Grain of salt. I'm hoping, I'm keeping it friend zone. He wants more for you taking it slow. Listen, it may well be then that he wants to get a bit of, do you know what I mean? He wants to get his end away, but he isn't necessarily interested in a relationship. Again, with that, with 2 pentacle cards, that earthy energy is down in dirty energy, if you get what I'm saying. So it could be related to that. But anyway, hopefully, my darling, hopefully that helps. Right then, let's have a look. Who's just come into the chat? Veronica Miller. Good evening, Veronica. Oh, yes. Just be careful then, my darling. Just be careful. If he's older and more experienced and all of that. By the way, 31, you're looking amazing in your photo, my darling. But just be aware that maybe he's I don't know. No, Renata, the comment is once every 20 seconds. At least it should be. Oh gosh, hang on a second. That should have been 20 seconds. Why is that not? Oh, sorry, my num lock wasn't on my keyboard. There we go. Changed it to 20 seconds. Sorry about that, everybody. It's always 20 seconds on this channel, but I've just come on and done that before I came on the live, and my nums lock wasn't working. So there. Good evening, Queen 707 as well. Right then, should we have another round? Let's have another round. Why not? So once again, oh, by the way, I did touch on it just then, but tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all your own decisions about your own life, and tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counseling advice. If you're looking for support in those areas, please do seek out a professional in those areas, okay? That's really important. I am not a professional. I am just a gifted amateur. So, yes. Right then, let's go again. Let's have another round. If you would like a question, go ahead, pop your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. I will grab one of those at random. If you put your question in on the first round and didn't get it answered, you have to put it in each round so that I know that the people that are putting their questions in are actually still here watching on the live stream. Okay, so if you go ahead and do that, the other way to do it is to guarantee your reading by going across to buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic. So just in case I ran through that a bit quick, here's another handy little video. Okay, right then. So hopefully that's been enough time. Let me just have a look, and we're going to go up and down here on the jog wheel, and we're picking this one. Flower Beauty. Good evening, Flower Beauty. Can I have a general love reading? Oh, love and finance reading for the next few months. We only tend to do a couple of months ahead each time. Oh, Nanette, is yours a question? Let me know. Pop your question in the chat. If it's not a reading question, then yeah, pop it in the chat. You don't have to ask if you can ask, just ask the question. Right then, Flower Beauty, I'm going to take your banner off. If you aren't Flower Beauty and you're still wanting a reading, hang on in there. Each reading takes about 8 minutes or so on this channel, even with my waffling. I know, right? So if you want a reading, then do please just hang on in there. Copy and select. No, select and copy that way round. Select and copy your question until the next round. Right then, Flower Beauty, let's bring Card Cam in. Let's swap over the cameras and let's ask Wispy to do his wonderful thing. So then, Wispy, Flower Beauty here would like to know, can Flower Beauty have a general love and finance reading for the next few months? So for the next few weeks, that's what we want. With a 3 card, we can't really go too much into it, but I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do the week ahead, because we're nearly at the weekend. We'll do the week after, which takes us up to, does that take us up to the end of September? Near enough, doesn't it? Is that right? Have I got a calendar here? No, I haven't. Hang on a second. Let me look at my phone. Nanette, I think Rufus got it for me from Amazon. I think it was Amazon. I don't actually remember. Right, let me just have a look on the calendar. So next week, yeah, the week after, that would, right. So 3 weeks then, Flower Beauty, that would take you up to the first week in October. So yes, let's have a look for you, my darling. So then, Wispy Flower, oh, one card has jumped. Flower Beauty would like to know what is likely to happen in the next 3 weeks. We can do that quite happily. So we want romance and finances. Now, the card that's flipped, first of all, that is the 10 of Cups. Now, I often talk about 10s being, or 9s being full and 10s being overflow. So I'll talk about that in a second. I thought it was going to go there or there. That's interesting. Right, let's do your, well, I'll tell you what, we'll lay your cards down first and then we'll talk about this one overall. So as your clarifying card, your modifying card, not with a 3-card reading, Flower Beauty. It's impossible with a 3-card reading to do months and months and months ahead. We can't do it. It's just not possible with a 3-card reading, my darling. We've got 3 cards to play with. So this will take you into October, okay? So we've got the 10 of Cups. So Cups is your emotional suit. And as I always say, 10s are overflowing. And literally in this case, you can see, oh, sorry, hang on. I'm on the wrong screen as well. There we go. You can see that 10s, the water here is literally overflowing. So I do think it's going to be an emotional time coming up. So whatever's going on, whatever else is going on in your life right now, it feels like there's a lot of emotions to play with, both positive and negative. So some of them are going to be really great and lovely. So you've got these carp. Now, koi carp in Japanese mythology or Japanese belief, koi carps are actually incredibly strong because they have to fight upstream, which is why a lot of Japanese athletes and people have koi carp tattoos, because again, it represents that strength. So I do think there's going to be some elements here of positive emotional in the next few weeks, but also I think you're going to be tried a little bit. So in terms of love, let's have a look. Love and finance. Right, we've got, again, my darling, 3 reverse cards. So I don't think the end of this month into next month is going to be looking too fantastic. Reason being, 3 of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles is your work, career, finances. Now, this normally talks about building on the foundations that are laid, okay? So if it's a relationship reading, then it's like, right, now you're in a couple, what are you going to build on that? What are you going to bring in? Is it children? Is it pets? Is it, you know, shared friends, blah, blah, blah. In terms of Pentacles, this is normally, oh, excuse me. This is normally talking about building and growing for the future. So the idea is literally you are building the next thing. So in a community, one of the first things historically that communities would build would be the place of worship, because that's the community focal point. So that's what this is. It's like now you've got the foundations of a relationship, the focal point is here, but this is reversed. So this is saying that basically, I think you're in for a bit of a tumultuous, this week coming up. I think it's going to be a bit difficult in terms of money and in terms of expectations around sort of good things happening. Does that make sense? So it's almost like you've done a bit of work and you're waiting for that to pay off, but it's not going to pay off yet. It's not going to pay off next week. So just be a bit aware of that. Again, this might be where this carp, you know, you need to be strong is coming in. Then the week after, so the end of September, we've got the blooming 7 of Swords. Now, this card in this deck comes up a hell of a lot. Now, Swords, as you know, you've heard me say many times, is trouble and strife. This is your difficulties, obstacles, challenges. And you can see the magpie is taking the beads, or they've stolen the beads rather. Now they're lining their nest with it. But I always do point out this fact here. Look, this little egg has been cracked. Now, has that bird fledged? Or not fledged, but has it hatched, or what has gone on? Was that egg damaged? There's rings and all sorts in here, so there's lots of things kind of missing. Now, this coming in as well, I think that there's going to be next week, not next week coming, the week after. So that would be from the 22nd onward. That is that right? 22nd? No, from the 25th. Sorry, onward. That week, I think you need to guard yourself, guard your possessions, guard your money, guard everything, because it feels like that is when things are going to be really difficult from a things are going to be really difficult from a lots of too many plates spinning, too many irons in the fire, doing too much, trying to keep too much happening at once, juggling too many balls, and it feels like something will end up dropping because the sevens are showing that something is missing. So here it's literally the Seven of Swords. The swords is coming in because something is missing. So this is really saying that you're going to be trying to do too much, to keep too much on your plate at any one time. And then the first week of October, we've got the Four of Wands reversed. Now, this is a little bit better in terms of the outlook, but this is then talking about there being some stability, but that stability isn't what you want. So whatever this is financially wise, it feels like you're trying to improve, but there's nothing here in the next few weeks that look as if anything is going to magically turn your way. But into October, it's not going to get any worse. It's going to kind of like, these issues here are going to plateau, and so you'll have this period of going, right, we've got a pause, if you like, because this stability, as much as this card's reversed, so it's talking about there is a stagnancy in that stability, at least it's giving you a bit of breathing space, okay, to sort things out. It really does feel like you're overflowing emotionally at the moment, and it feels like all of these issues are coming at you one after the other. So this week, this first week into October, is going to give you a little bit of breathing space to try and make some changes or make some things happen. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense, Flower Beauty, and you can take that. So yeah, hopefully, my darling, that makes sense. But that is your question for this evening, my darling. Thank you very much for asking. Let me have a look at the doodah. Right. Hang on. My chat's frozen. Oh, there it is. Oh, is that even? Yeah, it is on. Right now you have holiday until your next contract. As difficult as that feels, my darling, I don't think there's going to be a magic change in the next couple of weeks. It feels like things are going to feel like it's getting worse before that first week in October, where you get a little bit of a breathing space to actually make some changes. Listen, emotionally, that 10 of Cups, that overflowing 10 of Cups, just bear that in mind, right? It's going to feel dead emotional. It's going to feel very, very, very all over the place for the next sort of couple of weeks until you get into that first week in October. So just take things a little bit easy. Right then, let's have another round. So again, once again, if you are wanting a tarot reading, you do have to wait until I open a round, until we put till I say we're opening a round, because then you need to put your question in after that. So once I say we're opening a round, then put your question in, because then I'll be able to find it on the system and I'll be able to grab one of them at random. Okay, so it's really important to wait till I say open a round and then put your question in. So like now, if you want a question, put your question in right now. That's about right. Yeah, I think he paid £27, £30. It's about that on Amazon. It's probably cheaper because I think it's an American deck actually, but yes. Thank you, Queen 707. Anyway, let's crack on with your next reading. So go ahead, pop your question into the live chat, and or nip over here, buymeacoffee.com/BeyondAuthentic, where you can not only QJump, but everybody who does donate over there will get yourself a longer reading as well. So if you want to do that, that option's available. Right then, I am just sending a message to the mods. Hang on, there we go. Right, sorry about that. So then let's have a look. Wow, there's 11 comments have just jumped in. So let me have a look-see. Right. Right, let's have, oh gosh, hang on. My mouse is not working properly. Doesn't want to move. As I'm moving my hand, the little arrow, I haven't got an arrow, I've got one of these, one of those. It's a finger and thumb. Sorry, ADHD sidetrack. Anybody in the chat, what is the song, or can you link me a Facebook to the YouTube rather to the song One Finger, One Thumb, Keep Moving, One Finger, One Thumb, Keep Moving. I don't know the rest of it, and it's driving me up the wall at the moment. Anyway, right, let's have a look at the questions. Oh, we've got questions there as well. Right, so we've got questions all over. So then, here we go. We're going to go all the way up, all the way down, all the way, a couple of scrolls down, couple of scrolls up, and down and up, and hopefully we're not hitting on a mod. Is that a mod? No. Nat. Good evening, Nat. Question. Do you see me... What? Do you see me being successful in getting a new job? Thank you. We'll ask the cards, Nat. We will ask the cards. Right, everybody else, grab your questions, copy and paste them, or select and paste them. We'll be back in 7 minutes, 8 minutes for another reading. We're only going through till 8:30 UK time at the tonight, so we've only got about another 50 minutes. But I will try and get through as many readings tonight as we possibly can. Right then, here we go. So then, Wispy, my friend, Nat would like to know, do we see Nat being successful in getting a new job? Do we see Nat being, right. First of all, hang on. You've had a card jump. Right, let me just flip the camera. Now listen, you've had a card jump. It doesn't mean what the face of it says, right? Do not panic. This is not what the card says. In a lot of my decks, it's renamed, right? For this very reason. So when I tell you about this card, don't just read the name of it, Nat. You've got to listen to what I'm telling you about the card, right? Right then. So your clarifying card, the card that jumped, is the Death card reversed. Now, in a job reading, career type reading, this is actually quite a good card. It doesn't mean death. This card never means death. It means the end of a chapter, start of a new chapter, the end of a passage, the end of a cycle. But there's always the start of that new cycle. You've got here, look, you've got the various phases of life. So we've got literally, once we've passed and our mortal body is no longer, we've just become a skeleton. Then we've got old age. Then we've got sort of parent age. Then we've got childhood. And you've got butterflies here, which literally represent transformation. And you've got the three of the phases of the moon. So we've got a new moon, a full moon, and an eclipse. So this is all about transformation. This is all about change. Now, when it comes up like this, it's saying that the change is coming, but it might not be in the way that you expect. Okay, so there is unexpected change coming. Now, what I would say with that, Nat, in a reading about careers, is it does feel very much like you might have to be open to a different type of career or a different type of job. So in a standard death card or standard tarot card, the death card looks like this. I much prefer the ones from this deck because we've got this very much more positive, life-affirming image, if that makes sense. So I do think there is a change in your career path happening, whether that means you're going from, you know, an accountant to an actor, or, you know, I don't know, from being a lingerie model to a politician. Like, it could be something as drastic as that, or it could simply be a new, like, working in the same sort of company that you have worked in, but but doing it in a whole nother branch or a whole nother area. So just hold that in thought for a second. I'm going to do your cut. There we go, roughly in the center. And then we'll do your the situation. So the job situation you're in, the obstacle right now, and how to overcome that obstacle. Okay, so we'll get an idea of the job search, what might be hampering or hindering that job search, and how we get through it. Okay, so Ace of Wands. So again, this is really good because wands for me is security, confidence, self-esteem, and the ace is a new start. So there is definitely a new start happening somewhere. This is a good card for this. It would be better, arguably, if it was a pentacle, but in a career reading where we're focusing on all of the cards, meaning that this is actually a really good start, because it's showing that there will be a change and an uptick in your confidence. Okay, so that's really good. So this change feels like it's going to be a good thing for you. Oh, the Hierophant. That's another major arcana card. So the Hierophant is, this is the standard. The Hierophant is like a religious leader or guru. So now how I would interpret this is that you can see there's lots of learned knowledge here. We've got the keys, which are here to unlocking wisdom and unlocking that knowledge. We've got all of these, which is quite scientific with this sort of it's A to E, but like with the categorization. But this is reversed, right? So if it was this way up, I would say that the obstacle is somebody else. When it's reversed, I would say this is maybe you are perhaps, how can I put it? If you're looking for a managerial job or like a high placed job, it may well be that that is the obstacle. It may well be that you aren't quite, either you haven't got experience in that area or you haven't got qualifications in that area maybe. So that might be where the obstacle's coming in. It could also be that if you are working at the moment, your boss doesn't want you to move departments because they're quite happy with you where you are doing the job you're doing, even though you might be sick of it. You know, they're happy for you to be there right now. And then the how to overcome the Hierophant. Oh, we have got the Ace of Pentacles. So yes, I do think, yes, I absolutely do think, hang on, have I got that there? Yeah. Yes, I absolutely do think that you have got positive career moves happening. So yes, I do think, because we've got, what did I say here? I said, oh, the only way it'll be more positive is with the Ace of Pentacles. So I don't think this is going to be a position within the same company. I think that this is absolutely moving to something brand new, a total change. So that is really cool. That is really interesting. So yes, the answer is yes, I do see that there being a new job coming. But not only that, this new job, do not worry too much about thinking outside of the box. Do not worry too much about either trying to go in at a high level or trying to, you know, show your experience. Hang on, trying to show your knowledge base. Like if it means taking a step down in grade or whatever for you to get into that company, and then in a year's time to go for that promotion, that might work. Okay, if it's something where you've been looking at promotion within the same company now, I think that's going to be your blockage. And what might be the best option is to start looking at another company, because this is talking about a change that maybe you don't want to have happen. And if you're looking for something, say if you're, I don't know, lower management now and you want to be higher management in the same company, say you work for whoever, right? I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think you're going to be able to move up the internal ladder, the internal rungs of that ladder. But there's no reason why you couldn't move to a higher position in a rival company or in a similar position in a different field. Do you know what I mean? It's like just because you sell, I don't know, just because you sell tires right now doesn't mean that you can't, you know, move to selling windows, for example. You know what I mean? You could be a regional sales director for a tire company at the moment, and you could apply for a national sales director for a company making, you know, selling windows. It's those transferable skills. So yeah, hopefully, my darling, that makes sense. Let me swap the camera over and then come back onto the live chat. Hang on, there's that one. I wonder why that felt weird. It's because I've got my coaster. Right, let's have a look. Hang on, who's a musician? I don't know who a musician is, Neil. Nat, you've been applying for different roles in a, oh, hang on, where have we gone? There we go. In a higher position. That's where the Hierophant's coming in. That's the blockage then. Oh, that makes sense. Thank you, my darling. One finger, one thumb, one arm, one leg, one nod of the head. That's it. We'll all be merry and bright. Thank you. Yes, that is it. That is it. So yeah, now hopefully that helps. Thank you, Neil. Neil has just answered that's been bugging me. I've just seen this message as well from Patricia. Please don't spam the chat. If you spam the chat, I will ignore and block you from posting, just because it means when I'm picking them at random, if you put your chat in 5 times and everybody else has done it once, you've got more chances to get picked than them. So conversely, what will happen is the mods will just hide that from me, so I don't see any of your messages at all. So please don't spam in the chat. Thank you, Patricia, for confirming that. Right, so yes, the role you're in here now is the role I'm in, there is no room for progression. You see, that's it then. You see, this is it. You see, that's what the cards are saying. Look somewhere else, Nat, my friend. Look somewhere else. Anyway, thank you very much for your question. Who are we talking about? Who wrote that song? Because I'm a Mechanical Man. Charles Manson wrote that song. I don't know. Anyway, I'll have to look at that after the stream. Right, let's go ahead and shall we do some more? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do some more questions. In fact, I'm going to open the round now. Get your questions in, and we will. There it is. We will do another round after. Come on, brain. What am I trying to click on? My brain just said I need to click on something, and I forgot what I was going to click on. Right, I need to click on this.
Are you a fan of 80s horror but want something different? Do you like modern horror but the regular magazines leave you a bit cold? Are you a fan of that schlocky horror that no one else seems to talk about? Check out Necronomicon, the UK horror zine from Etsy.com. Just search for Necro Neil. Blue Chalice is a small business making crafty creations for the Witcher community. From jewellery to wall hangings, witch bells to altar tiles. Why not have a look at bluechalice.etsy.com.
Right then, yes indeed. Hopefully you've all popped your questions into the live chat. I keep pressing the wrong button on my thing, right? I haven't moved anything around, but I keep pressing the wrong button and opening the wrong part of StreamYard. It's really annoying me. Also, what's annoying me tonight is my hair. Is it me? Is it muggy outside? For those of you in England, especially those of you in the north, is it really muggy out, or is it just my hair that's wanting to frizz? I don't understand, but yes. Right then, let's have a look. Here we go. I'm going to scroll up and down here, scrolly up and downy, and we're clicking on that. Is that a question? Oh, no. This one. Is that a question? Yes, SK, good evening. What are Niharika Tilu's? We've answered this one before, SK. SK, we've literally read this exact same question for you before. So, and I think only recently, only in the last week or so. So nothing will have changed. So I'm not going to be able to answer that question for you, my darling, because you have to give it, if you're asking the same question week in, week out, there's nothing changing. You have to give it at least a good couple of months to ask the same question to let the universe bring its way. Because as I say, I read up to 3 to 6 weeks in the future. If you want detailed readings, it's more likely like 3 weeks, but up to sort of 6 weeks maximum normally. And so because of that, you've had a reading within that time. So it's not going to have changed, my darling. So I will refer you back to the answer I gave you some time ago. You're saying it was a different person. I literally remember the name Niharika or Niharika Teluja because I was stumbling over whether it's Taluja or Taluya. I remember that name really, really clearly. I don't remember a lot of names, but because I couldn't pronounce it, okay, well, I'll do what I can do. I'll do a quick reading, but oh, Ellis, good evening, Ellis. Yes, please, Patricia. That'll be lovely. It's been horrible in Leeds and muggy. That's why my hair's going frizzy. Thank you, Ellis. Right, okay, SK. We'll do you. I'll do my best, my darling. But I absolutely have asked the cards this question before. Absolutely. Right then. So Wispy. We'll see, SK, because if Wispy doesn't like the question, you know what Wispy's like. Wispy is a bit of a bugger at times, so you know what Wispy's like. If the question's been answered recently, he won't give me any solid answers. Right then, so Wispy. Oh, hang on, where's the question gone? Where's the question gone? Queen 707, I think your questions, I think you might be a bit delayed in the chat. So the same for everybody. Just do me a favor, everyone, and just refresh with a little refreshy button, just refresh the stream, just in case you're a little bit behind, because YouTube, sometimes you can be 10 or 20 seconds behind and not realize. And because we've got such a small window to get your questions in, you might have, you know what I mean? It might have passed you by. Right then, Wispy. So SK wants to know what are Niharika Taluja's feelings for them. SK is a Sagittarius. There's no contact at the moment between them. But what are Niharika Taluja's feelings for SK? That's what we want to know. Okay. Let's have a look, Wispy. You're not letting me shuffle these cards very well. I know that much. Right then. Okay, let's see what we can do. So we do your drop. Right then, Wispy, let's go. So where you are now, what you need to know, and the opportunity. Right, okay, so there's no romance cards. There's no cups. There's no majors. There's no romance cards here at all. In the where you are, this is, you're asking what Niharika Taluja's feelings are. I think they are living their best life. The Queen of Wands, somebody who is very secure, very confident, very outspoken, very outgoing, somebody who isn't afraid to be seen in public, to do things that are a little bit out there, performance, blah, blah, blah. So somebody who is very, very, very sure of themselves, their identity, and sure of what they want out of life. So Wands is a very, very positive card. And I think that Niharika's, whatever she's doing, I think like living her best life, quite frankly, or living their best life. I think they are absolutely getting on with things. And you say there's no contact between you. I think they are not worried about that in any way. They seem to be quite happily going their own way. You can go your own way. They're going their own way. I think they're just living their best life, in all honesty. What you need to know, Ace of Pentacles. So aces are all about fresh starts and grounded fresh starts. So not wishful thinking, not thinking I'm going to start again and find a brand new lover, and this love is going to be, you know, supermodel and worth billions, and they're going to, you know what I mean? This is about being realistic, and this is about a brand new, a new start, possibly financially or career-wise. But specifically, when we're looking at what Taluja's feelings are, I think they've really moved on, and they've sown their seeds somewhere else, right? I really honestly think they've sown their seeds somewhere else. They've started something. They've created something new without you being involved, if that makes sense, as there's no contact with you at the moment. So the aces are all about brand new starts, brand new beginnings, starting over, starting afresh, laying the seeds and the bulbs for the long-term future. This feels like, you know, they're thriving and they're putting down roots elsewhere. And then the opportunity we've got the 10 of Wands. Now, again, Wands, so confidence. This, I think, is talking about your opportunity to move on, because there's no opportunity here to get back with or to get with Niharika, but there is an opportunity here. Now, as you heard me say earlier this evening, 10s for me are overflow. So the 9 of Wands is a really, really positive card. The 10 is where things get so caught up and so overconfident to the point of arrogance that is literally burning your bridges. And so I think this opportunity card is saying, look, this is a chance to, again, realize that actually being super overconfident about something or being super controlling maybe isn't the way to go. And that actually, like, you burnt your bridges in this case. So whatever's happened with Niharika, I think you've just got to let them go, because they've moved on. They're living their life with no contact from you, starting new adventures. And I think you've just got to sort of, you know, burn it down and start again, if that makes sense. Like, get rid of your own emotional connection with Niharika Taluja, because I think, in all honesty, that's what they've done. They've moved on, and you're holding this flame that isn't going to do anyone any good except to burn you. So yeah, that would be my advice, my darling, and that's what the cards are saying. So I know it's not what you want to hear, my darling. I understand that, but unfortunately that is the way the cards have fallen. And again, I don't think there's any chance here of any type of reconciliation, and I would be really surprised if there was even a chance of friendship at this point, because they've moved on with that lack of contact. So yeah, right, hopefully that makes sense, SK. Sorry about that. I guess it's not the news that you want to hear, but as I always say, I can't tell you what you want to know. I can't tell you what you want to hear, only what you need to know, and hopefully the cards have done that for you this evening. Right then, let's have a little look. See, let me just hang on. Right, I'm just checking on buyingmeacoffee.com. If you have bought a QJump over there, do please let the mods know that you've done it, so we can double check on the back end. Nanette's got 5 accounts on YouTube. Wow, that's a lot, Nanette. Let's have a look. See. So then, what's on the webpage? The QJump is £4. It's £4 on the buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic page. Hang on, if I show you, there you go. Hang on, is that the front page? Yes, yes, it is. So that one. Share that, and then I need to very quickly come down here, and there you go. So hopefully, hang on, hopefully you can see me okay. Right, this is, where is it? This is the page. So when you log on, this first button here, QJump on a live stream, it's £4 UK, £3 for our channel members. You can join the membership over here, look, as well, if you wanted to do that. There's different options for you. And here, that's where you need to click. These are all ones for video calls, so I can book those in and we can send you videos via Dropbox and all of that. But this is where you need to click if you want to QJump on a live stream. So yeah, hopefully you can see that. It's a bit weird and a bit small on that screen, but yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Right then, let's go ahead and crack on with another reading. No worries, SK. I hope that helps, my darling. Right then, so if you would like a reading, again, those two options are still here. You can go across to buymeacoffee.com/BeyondAuthentic, where I was just showing you. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons today. There we go. If you do that, you're guaranteeing your reading is up next. If, however, you want to take the risk, you can do so by popping your question into the live chat. Starting with, I ran out of breath then, gosh, with these airbags. I made myself chuckle. But yes, you can. If you would like to, you can take the risk, and I will grab one at random by putting your name into the hat, by putting the question, followed by your question, down into the live chat right now. So go ahead and do that, and I will play you this handy dandy little video. Okay, I can see there's lots of questions coming in on the chat, in the chat. My words are not very good today, are they? I know what you're saying. When are they, Lisa? When are your words ever coming out in the right order? The answer is next to never. But, you know, that's just how we roll on this channel, because we be rolling. Is that what the other YouTubers say? Smash that like button, because we be rolling. Yo. Cringe level just went right up, didn't it? I know. Cringe level overload. Red alert, red alert, red alert. No, just don't say that, because the computer will turn us into different colors. Right then, so I'm going to look at you, and I'm going to scroll. Press the wrong bloody thing on the mouse then. Scroll up and down, and we're going with... Is that a question? Ellis Dodd. Ellis. Oh, Ellis. Hello. What's in store for you over the next few months? I don't know. We'll have a look and see what the cards have to say. If you aren't Ellis, as most of you aren't, why is my screen so small? Oh, because I did the share screen. Whenever I do share screen, when I come back to my page, it's like a little, it's literally like a matchbox size, like about that big that I'm looking at. I've got this giant screen this big, and then the little tiny center box is me. Right then, so what's in store for you this coming week? No, what? I read that wrong, didn't I? Where is it? Star it in blue. There we go. There we go. What is in store for me over the next few months? Right, okay. As you know, we can only really, with a 3-card reading, we can only really look at the next few weeks. So I'll try my best for you, my darling. It's easier to do like 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks with a general reading than it is with a specific. So if you were looking for, you know, a finance reading, that's easier to do either on a bigger scale reading, or to do like 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, like we did earlier with Flower Beauty. But if you're looking for a general, that opens it up a bit. So that's where we can get, the cards can get a bit more free and easy, if that makes sense. Sorry, Wispy. Sorry, Wispy. I didn't play your music or jingle your jingle. I didn't jingle his jangle. Sorry, Wispy. Right then, let's have a look. So then, Wispy. Sorry, my friend. I'll redo your jingly jangle. There you go. So Ellis would like to know what's in store for Ellis over the next few months. What's in store for them over the next few months? So we'll do 6 weeks, because I can't really go much further in a 3-card. So we'll do that first of bloody cards. Right, that is, I will take that as a flip. So Temperance. Right, a major arcana card. So there we go. This is what the normal card looks like, or a version of the normal card. So it's normally angelic, pouring the water. Now in this deck, you can see the Temperance card is a little bit different. This is when I say different decks have different languages. This is exactly what I mean, because this deck is far more realistic, urban, gritty. So this person's got 1 foot on the land, 1 foot in the water. So in between different elements, they're also combining either a water ice fire or fire, if you can see. And the wings here are depicting their ethereal wings. So this person isn't an angel. This person is on our plane, but they have that ethereal angelic type energy, right? So this is saying that overall, over the next block of time, now I'm going to do 6 weeks, so definitely 6 weeks, but over the next period of time, you need to be prepared to compromise and negotiate. That is the key thing with this card, okay? Compromise, negotiate, try and find a way through problems rather than try and find a way over hurdles rather than smashing through. Does that make sense? So whatever's going on, and we'll have a look at the cards in a second, Ellis, but whatever's happening, try and find a solution rather than getting your way, if that makes sense. Try and like appease everybody if you can. Now, the other thing I will say that often gets forgotten with temperance is that when you temper something, to temper steel is to harden it, to make it stronger. So just because you have to maybe negotiate and not get what you want, that isn't a weakness. That is actually a strength, okay? So just bear that in mind. I keep trying to prop it up on the dragon skull, but it doesn't want to. Dragon! I'll tell you what, here we go. We'll prop it behind the dragon. You're not going to be able to see that there, are you? Right, I'll put it there. There we go. Just sit on the dragon like that. So let's have a look then. So we still need to do your cut. There we go. So then the next few months, or the next 6 weeks. So coming up, so this will take us up to the end of September, and then first fortnight in October, end of October. Okay. So then Ace of Swords. Okay, not the greatest end to September. October is better. Yeah, October's a bit better. Right, so what we've got the Ace of Swords coming up for the next couple of weeks, right? So it looks, hang on, let me just see if I can, I know you can't see any change, but if I make that huge on my screen and then minimize it on my screen, there we go, it's back to normal size. Literally, look, hang on, if I show you, oh, it's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. But no, it's not going to do it. Never mind, Lise. I was going to show you, but never mind. Now I've messed up the camera. Typical. Right. So Ace of Swords. Ace is a new start, as I said, but swords are your trouble and strife suits. So swords are the suit about challenges, obstacles, and those hurdles. Okay. So it does feel like there is something new happening for the next fortnight. Something is going to come in that is going to be a bit of a struggle, a challenge. Now, it doesn't mean it's unsolvable. This card is literally the answer to this, right? Temperance is a way of finding a solution even when things are coming out of left field. The fact that this is reversed means that this isn't something you're either aware of now, or it's something that you are really quite worried about. So it's something that you're quite fearful of, but you are going to be able to overcome. You are absolutely going to be able to overcome, because swords is the air elemental. Now, air elemental or the element of air is connected to, it's not only in this deck, I always call it trouble and strife, but it's also ideas. And because it's that air elemental, we've got feathers. Now, these white feathers are connecting to the white feathers here in the temperance card. So these are absolutely linked, right? Absolutely linked. They're telling you that whatever comes up in the next 2 weeks, this is how you resolve it, right? With patience, with compromise, with finding that way through, not just barging straight past. Now, into October, the Two of Wands. Now, this could talk about friendship or relationships, because for me, the two is two individuals coming together. So because this is, so I'm just watching my candle burn out. Literally, my candle over in the background that I have lit for Rufus, my green candle, is just burning through. But this is talking about like bringing in your confidence and increasing your confidence and increasing your sense of self by shining a light in the darkness, right? Look, this match is going to get lit. That is going to light light the candle. And this candle's got a massive, massive wick. But can you see the detail? The wick is a noose, right? Now, do not be worried, because this is also how you get through this. You burn this noose away, right? So whatever has been tying you down, whatever's been causing you, whatever this is relating to, that I think has probably already started, it's going to get a lot worse, or that change is going to come to fruition in the next, like by the end of the month. How you get through it will be leaning on the people close to you, or the person close to you, and leaning on your inner sense of self, your inner strength, right? Because the wands is all about that core self-esteem, self-control, self-identity, self. How the end of October pans out, there's, again, whatever this challenge is, it feels like it's something that's kind of in the background, but will keep bubbling up a little bit, because it goes from being a brand new problem to something that I think through this friend or partner connection, or it could be family. I don't think it's family. I think it's friend or partner. More likely to be mentor, maybe friend or mentor rather than partner. But anyway, it leads us to the Page of Swords. It doesn't lead us to temptation. It leads to the Page of Swords. Now, this is a lesson that needs to be learned, right? Again, this idea of youthful energy with the page, so childlike, innocent energy, an innocent problem or innocent way of innocent challenge, I should say. That again, the way you get through this is by reading and learning and growing, but you're not going to do that. You're not going to realize you're doing it at the time. Does that make sense? So it's like October, the start of October, this problem comes up by the end of September. You start tackling it with some support in October, and by the end of October, it's kind of become something else. It's become something that is maybe less attacking and more annoying. And when you're out the other side of it, which hopefully you would be soon, then that is when you'll look back and have learnt this lesson. I don't know if that makes any sense, Ellis, but yeah, temperance in all things is your way through it. So hopefully that does make sense, my friend. And thank you very much for your question. Right, let's have a look in the live chat. I don't know why I keep saying have a look in the live chat. I haven't got my glasses on. I can't bloody well see it normally. Right, let me have a look. Did I say how Rufus is? Yes, he's doing all right. He's doing all right, Ed. Thank you for asking. I'm putting a vlog together of everything, but no, he's doing all right. He stood in the kitchen today and vacuum sealed some bags of stuff. We went for a little walk yesterday, just round the corner to the local shop, and walked back. He didn't carry anything. I didn't even let him pick his milk up. I carried everything, so that was fun. It was fine. And then as we got back home, I said, just hold this a second. And I gave him the lightest carrier bag so I could get my keys out of my purse, out of my handbag, my purse. And so he had a carrier bag with like 3 microwavable burger things in it, and that was it. And I was like, you're not carrying the milk, it's too heavy. So yeah, that was that. Anyway, we've got time for one more reading, everybody. Only one more reading tonight, because I am going to finish at 8:30. Okay, because it is a Friday. I don't want the mods to do all of their how can I say, I don't want to use up all the mods weekend time. Their Friday night. That's the word. So yeah, I don't want to use up their Friday night. What am I trying to say? I don't want to ruin their Friday night. Yes, I want you to still have a bit of a weekend, watch some telly, do whatever you need to do. That's why we're finishing at 8:30. Also, I've got a stir fry to go and cook. Yum, 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 yum. Chicken stir fry for tea. Right then, ask your questions now, everybody. This is it. Ask your questions. Pop it in. I feel like I'm at a carnival. Roll up, ask your questions here. Get your questions in tonight for the next reading. If you want to guarantee it, go across to buymeacoffee.com/beyond. I don't know what this accent is. /beyond authentic. I'll be doing those readings for you right now. Get them in. Pound of carrots, only 50p. Get your tomatoes here. All right, governor. I don't know what this accent is. It's slipping, isn't it? But yeah, go ahead, put your question in the live chat and start with the word question. I've lost it tonight. Start with the word question and I will grab one of those at random, or go up here, buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic, where you can get a QJump for just £4 in the UK. Right, go ahead, do it now. Do it now. Last chance saloon. Where's my video? I've lost the video. Here it is. Okay, right then. Hopefully you've all got your questions in. This is the very last time. Let me just go over and click on the dashboard at Buy Me a Coffee, just in case anybody QJumped. Nope, we haven't got a QJump tonight. That's not a problem. So then let's have a look in the chat. Have you all got your questions in? Hopefully you have. Right, so we're going from there to there. Right, okay, so we're scrolling and we're clicking on this. No, hang on, I've just opened a private chat. Every time, every bloody time. Right, here we go then. We're scrolling and we're going with this one. Queen 707. Oh, thank you, Neil. I didn't see that. Right then, Queen 707. Hang on a second. Let me take that banner off. This is the last question for tonight. I've lost the question again. Bloody hell, Lisa. There we go. Right. Question. Will I be in a committed relationship with my crush, SA, in the future? Mane Padme Om, Mane Padme Om. Okay, my brain went to both the YouTube initials SA, which means something else, and also South Africa. So I don't know why my head went to lots of places, but will you be in a committed relationship with your crush in the future? Right, as you know, we can only go so far into the future, but we will have a look at that for you. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Why am I singing that? Why am I singing that? What the heck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've done 6 in an hour and a half tonight. That's not bad going. That's not bad going. Right then, Wispy, my friend, the last one for you tonight, my darling. We would like to know, Queen 707 wants to know, will they be in a committed relationship with the crush SA in the future? Will they be in a committed relationship with the crush SA in the future? Right, we don't throw cards, Wispy, on this channel. You know that. We only do one. Throw one card if you need a one card. What is going on? Wispy, stop throwing all the bloody cards. I know you want to go through till 9. Wispy gets upset when we finish early, but it's fine. We'll do it. We'll be back on Sunday at 7 p.m. Stop chucking all the cards. Fucking hell. Wispy, I'll play your music here. There you go. Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy? I'll put you in here with the selenite, look, and the crystals. Here you go, look. There's your lovely dragon. There you are, look. Are you happy now? Happy now? One more Wispy music. Right then. Will Queen 707 be in a committed relationship with their crush in the future? That's what we want to know. Thank you. You see, oh, thank you. One card jumped. I was about to say, do you see how? See, Wispy is like, as much as, oh, by the way, if you go to our podcast feed on this channel, you'll see I think there's a pinned one, which is all about the Tulpas, Egregores, Servitors. That is all about what the dragons are. So that is what Wispy is. Go and check that video out if you want to. But the minute I was about to say you're shuffling really nicely now is the minute that we get a card drop. So your clarifying card is the King of Cups, Queen 707. Now, I don't know whether this is relating to SA or this is relating to you and SA, but we've got two kings and a chariot and the 9 of swords in the middle. Right. Okay. So this is where you are. This is what you need to know. And this is your opportunity with the King of Cups as you're clarifying. So what is the King of Cups? The King of Cups is, for me, in this deck, a bit of a player, right? Not a flashy player, not a toxic Andrew Tate alpha male grr type player, but a bit of a player. The king is a lover, right? So you can see it's got a nice cup of tea, cup of coffee, cup of hot chocolate. But for me, this is like one of those things you get on the end of a bed or in a bay window near a bed. Do you know what I mean? So this king is in your bedroom, taking off his crown, taking off his shoes, undone the buttons on his cardigan, and he's about to get down and dirty and you know, a bit of a... So this is talking about that sort of energy. So I don't know whether this is saying that SA is a little bit of a player or knows what they want, or whether this is you, Queen 707, knowing that you go after what you want. But this is somebody who is in a position of authority, or somebody who is in a more dominant position in terms of relationships. So I'm not necessarily saying that there's a kink element here, but there is definitely an element here around, you know, somebody that is out to get what they want, if that makes sense. Now, in where you are, we've got the King of Wands. So again, another king. So if this is you or if this is SA, I'm not sure, because obviously I've never met you in person, so I don't know whether you are somebody who gives off that sort of strong king energy. Now, I often talk about this being a red flag. In this position, I don't think it is, because this is just saying, this is like Les Mis. This king is ready to stop things, to fire the flag if need be. This isn't coming up as a red flag for your relationship in this particular reading. He's got the torch, or they've got the torch, they've got the red flag, they're ready to go. But this is about confidence. And this king is very, very, very sure of themselves in who they are. This king is very sure of themselves in both romance and in the bedroom, if you know what I'm saying. So there's a lot of very confident, quite stereotypically masculine energy here, but it doesn't mean that that is necessarily from SA. That could be from yourself, regardless of anybody's gender. It's that typical sort of authority role. In the what you need to know, we have got the 9 of Swords coming in. Now, this is reverse, which means it's either coming in from left field, something you're completely not expecting, or SA has got their own issues going on right now. Okay, so when you're saying, are you going to be in a committed relationship, I don't think right now that is coming up, if that makes sense, because these issues need to be resolved. So the 9, as you heard me say earlier, nines are what's it called? 9s are the full, 10s are the overflowing. So the 9 of Swords is like, this is going to be as much hassle as you can deal with. But this reversal is saying that I think it's something that maybe the king is going through. Does that make sense? So for me, the reversal in this reading, it doesn't feel like this is your energy. It feels like this is connected to the King of Cups energy. So whoever the king is identifying with, whether that's your energy or SA's, that's where this goes. Now, the opportunity, there's an opportunity for growth and to go on a bit of a journey. Now, some tarot readers will read this as a physical journey, okay, because the Chariot normally looks like a chariot. So you've got the sort of Ben-Hur thing. But as you saw on that little sort of animated one there, the Chariot is also a winner, right? So this can also show that once you get through this bit, that there is movement that results in a win. whatever that means. So if that is a committed relationship, then that is possible, because I don't know whether you can see, do you remember how on the Temperance card the angel's wings were white? Here you can see in the white around the helmet, that white ink, we've got a star in the center, and either side we've got the laurel wreaths, like in Roman sort of wreaths, head, you know, the victor wreath. The Julius Caesar had it, and all the leaders had it. So this chariot is talking about there being some movement forward, and that movement forward being a success. This person is not a loser, right? We've got the 7, which is a sign for luck, but it's also the number of the card. It's literally the 7th card. All of these tattoos, we've got a moon here with the face of the moon. We've got a horse, which again leads to travel. There's a wand here coming in. We've got angel wings here, which is actually the face of, I don't think if you can quite see, it's actually like the face of the Sphinx, often is depicted with the wings either side. And we've got a shield here. So all of these tattoos have reference as well. So they all have reference to the standard sort of chariot card, which again is a victory card. Okay. So what I would say is, it doesn't say necessarily that you're going to end up in a committed relationship as far as I can read. Now, again, I only read a maximum of 2 months because then everything gets blurry and you can't really see. So the cards are saying here that there is a victory here. There is some travel, like it could be physical travel, but it's more likely to be an emotional journey. And this victory is coming in with this committed relationship idea, because that was what your question was. So whilst I don't see it happening in the next couple of months, it's like whatever does happen in the next couple of months, that movement can lead you down that path. Okay, hopefully Queen 707, that makes some sense. Right, here we go. I'm gonna click back on the live stream and click back on the other camera, move that one out the way, and let me have a look at your comments. 7 is your favorite number. I never would have guessed by your name, my darling. But yes, that's a really important card, the Chariot, because it's talking about motion. It's talking about change. It's talking about a journey. It's talking about movement. It's talking about going from position A to position B. So hopefully that makes sense. Right then, thanks ever so much, everybody. Look, Neil's put this in the chat for you. That's really lovely. Thank you, Neil. This is the podcast that me and Neil did about the dragons. I'm still editing. I'm so far behind in editing. Having to play nursemaid to Rufus is a lot of fun. I don't have the outfit, before any of you are thinking, but I might have the outfit. But it's taken a lot of time, and I'm quite tired myself at the moment. So yeah, but do go here if you want to see the podcast episode about the dragons, and the full playlist Neil's put in the chat as well. So go and check those 2 out. I am going to be back on Sunday. So yes, as Neil's put here as well. Hang on, where is it? There we go. If you didn't get your question chosen tonight, do come back Sunday night, 7 p.m, 7 till 9 UK time. It's BST. You sent the email address. Thank you. You could be Queen 707. This is why I love this deck, because I bet I've just hang on, let me see if I can do it this way. Let me show you the, hang on, are they pictured? Oh, they're not. Right, hang on. Let me find. Right, there's one example if I can't find the other one. Oh, where did I put them? Bear with, give me 2 seconds. Mods, feel free to go. I'm just going to show this card into why I love this deck so much. And again, I'm not sponsored by anyone on this channel. None of the things we do on this channel are for money, because we aren't monetized on YouTube, because we don't have the watch time. I've got a subscriber count, but because most of the videos and things, because most of what we do on this channel are the live streams, people tend to jump in and jump out. But let me just show you this, what I was trying to get to. This king card, look at the hips, look at the waist, look at the chest area. This is not necessarily somebody AMAB, somebody assigned male at birth, somebody born male. This is not necessarily, but they are a king, right? So this is saying, this is why I love this deck so much, because not all kings were necessarily born with a penis and identify as male, right? And this is why I love this deck. And it's got nothing to do with politics or anything else. It's just saying that anybody can manifest any type of energy, and that if you just think that masculine energy comes from men, you are very much mistaken, because lots of people of all gender types and all different gender identities can exhibit masculine energy, feminine energy, non-binary energy, just energy of different types. And that quite often what we think of as masculine energy, the authority figure, the go-getter, the person that's, you know, driven to succeed. I know plenty of people who are female and non-binary who have that energy about them, and they are not masculine. Do you know what I mean? So this deck specifically is trying to basically show you that anybody can manifest any energy, and that's why I love this deck. It's got people of multiple races, multiple genders. The King of Cups, I don't know whether you saw, but I didn't even mention it because it's not relevant to the card, but he's got a cochlear implant. Some of the so he's deaf and he wears a cochlear implant. Some of the cards have, you know, people with artificial limbs or in a wheelchair. All of that energy has got nothing to do with that image in the card. It's just showing you that there are different body types, different people with living with disabilities, people with all sorts of different issues and things that they are dealing with, people of all different gender identities, all different races. And that is why I love this deck so much. It's really reflective of the people out there. And just in case you didn't hear me say at the beginning, it is the rather lovely Fifth Spirit Tarot deck. So then, thanks ever so much for being here tonight. This is my first ever Friday night reading. So yay! Thank you. I think it's been a success. Maybe we'll have to do more. I'll talk to the mods and see what they say. Okay. It's not going to be a weekly thing. Definitely not going to be a weekly thing. I know, right? It's definitely not going to be every week, but maybe we could do a little every now and then, do a Friday stream. I don't know. But anyway, hopefully that all makes sense, and I hope that helps. So yeah, thank you ever so much, and yeah, I will see you again very, very soon. In fact, I'll see you in 2 days' time. It feels weird saying that, but I will see you in 2 days' time on Sunday at 7 p.m. UK time, where we'll be reading for 2 hours. Thanks ever so much, everyone, and I hope to see you again very soon. Whatever you're doing between now and Sunday, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.